This episode of Wolf Talk Podcast is sponsored by Move with DC. Contact DC today for all of your buying, selling, investing needs.
Welcome to another episode of the Wolf Talk Podcast. As you know, I love to go in the community and find out what makes Buford such an amazing place. It's a very close-knit community, as you all know. And one area that really caught my eye was Revitalize Buford, which is a cryotherapy and health and wellness, I think just a luxury spa. I've been in here for the last 30 minutes and I feel like I just moved in here right now. So I'm sitting here with the owner and creator and mastermind behind this beautiful building, and I will let you introduce yourself now and kind of get started with how this all started.
Sure.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Chantal. Chantal Dion, children at Buford. My son is a senior in the marching band, and I have worked in healthcare for 25 years. So I have my background in social work, and then I ended up in medical device sales, which I have been in for those 25 years. Yeah. And I've just seen medicine get progressively harder to obtain, less access to care. And I've worked specifically in the pain, anesthesiology, and neurosurgery market for the last 7 years.
Okay.
And seeing a lot of former athletes, and people that really just beat up on their body when they were younger, really having to do tremendous surgeries or having tremendous amounts of pain that could have been avoided had they had proper recovery when they were young athletes.
Absolutely.
When they were, getting the inflammation, getting the injuries, or just staying healthy when they were younger by doing these, principles of removing inflammation from the body. Right. So I had a great loss in my life. My dad had passed away. And when someone passes away, it really makes you, especially a parent, reevaluate like where you are in your own journey of life. Right. And my dream has always been, since my 20s, to have some kind of health and wellness center where people could come, feel, seen, safe, and have healing and leave feeling better. Right. Like not just spiritually, but like physically, emotionally, knowing that this is a great place to come.
Absolutely.
And so I really do feel like we did a great job creating a place where, certainly student athletes are coming, right? But, the community that's more in my age range, my husband's age range, 40 to 50, it's not too late. Like if you're injured, get in the cryo chamber, reduce that inflammation. Yes. We have the sauna, do the sauna, jump into the plunge pool, get into the vitamin C shower. The red light therapy is phenomenal. The zero gravity chairs are great for lower backs. So I just feel like we put together a nice package of like stacked services for people to, even those that have already injured themselves, come and start unwinding from that.
Absolutely.
And then we also have access to weight loss medications through medically supervised programs for people that are struggling with weight, and then peptides that we can offer through a physician we've partnered with. Okay. And an esthetician that works here, and you can book online with her as well.
Amazing. So. And I have tried, I've been through, and I have rejuvenated my body. I feel like I was telling her, like, I feel like I could go right now and just go and run, play, and trust me, it's been a lot of years since I played anything. So I feel like I can right now. It definitely is an amazing experience. Mm-hmm. But walking in, the first thing I noticed is just the zen. You come in and you feel, like you said, you feel safe, you feel welcome, mm-hmm. You feel kind of warm until you get in that crowd chamber. But you feel, it's a very beautiful just entrance to walk into. Like, was that part of the process as far as like how you were thinking about how you wanted this to look? Did you kind of consider that detail as well?
So 100%, because it's not like the most beautiful building on the highway, and certainly you'd have to walk into the space to understand it. Like Absolutely. You can't see this from the street. Right. But because my husband is he's very handy, all the woodwork in this place, from the doors to this the ceilings, he's created all of that. So there's a lot of personal touch here. But also we wanted a place where guys could come in with a bunch of friends and do like team building events or just hang out and have it feel comfortable, but also that women and ladies can come in and feel like this is still spa-like. Right? So it's spa-like without it being overly feminine, but it's also masculine. in a way that someone came in once, a gentleman came in to use the cryo. He's like, I feel like you could also have a cigar here and a cognac.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
It's like, that's the exact opposite thing that we're trying to do
Yeah.
here. But I love that you feel like that could be,
Yeah.
it's that masculine too. So
Yeah.
it's a place for everybody.
Absolutely, it is. It definitely gives you that home feel, and that explains it. Him having that personal touch on everything. I think that makes all the difference.
Yeah.
And when you're coming in, and you are coming in to do recovery, especially, you want your body to feel at ease.
Yes.
Because I'm sure that helps with the recovery.
Mm-hmm.
But then also just that mental feeling of when you leave out of here, now you feel like, you know what, let's go. I feel motivated. You go from feeling like really zen to like, now it's like, let's go.
Yep.
Like, where are we going? We got a game. What are we doing?
Yeah.
So
got practice. I come in between practice, before practice.
Right.
Like, there's kids that just run through here for 15 minutes, jump in the cryo, jump on the massage bed, and they're out. Like, they get their routine, right? Or they're coming in just for the Normatec for the day, right? Because that's all they have time for.
Right.
But all of our services can be done in 30 minutes or less.
Yeah.
So you could also extend them, right? You could stack services and have a full hour and a half here and a spa-like experience. But if you only have 3 minutes,
right,
you could come in, do the cryo chamber, and go. Right.
And that would make a huge difference.
Exactly.
Especially even in the heat and everything they have going to practice. I bet they come in here and they leave and go to practice. They're probably out there. The coach is probably like, "What in the world did you do?" So that's amazing. So was that also something you thought of?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wanted a place where if people don't have time, and I feel like everyone is working harder than they used to have to, right? People are working longer hours, 2 jobs, workforces are downsizing, so your hours become longer, if anything else, right? People are doing 2 jobs for one person. And so I wanted a place where someone could come in and just get the quick hit of reduced inflammation in their overall body.
Right.
We have a girl that's a member here, a lady that's a member here, and she has arthritis really bad for being her age. And she comes in here almost every day to jump through the cryo chamber. And it's just made such an impact in her life. And it's so nice to hear those things. Or the athlete that rides 200 miles a week, another member on his bicycle, he never did recovery.
Right.
And he started coming in here, he's like, oh my God, like, this works.
Yeah,
like,
now he's probably riding 300 miles a week.
Oh my God. Yeah, I can't even imagine. So, and then my heart is like serving the student population, like seeing these kids fall asleep, like, and they're men. I know that they're men and they're big, but they'll get into these chairs and put those eye goggles on and the leg boots, and they just like are out cold because they're in school all day. They're at practice. Some of them are playing 2 sports. Yeah. And this is their like downtime. So when I tell you people fall asleep here, it's
you don't know how much you need it until you experience it. Like, 'cause you feel the pain, but a lot of times, especially in high school,
you push
the coaches and just trainers and everybody. That's kind of like the mindset you have. Like, you're supposed to feel that pain. Like, you're going hard, that's why you're feeling it. You're running hard, that's why you're sore. So there's not a lot of ways to recover from that besides what we know.
Which is what rest, and then people push through. And I think people chase soreness, right? Like, I'm not going to name names of gyms where it's like, oh yeah, you shouldn't, or they call it Uncle Rhabdo, but people get rhabdomyolysis, which is terrible for you. But if your legs are still sore 2 days after you've done something, that's not chasing the dream. That's like, you need to do something really quickly for your body, whether it's IV fluids at Revive or coming in here and getting the cryo.
Right.
Because you shouldn't be sore a couple of days post. And I say that from a personal experience. I've had rhabdomyolysis.
Okay.
Some people are more prone to it. My brother was hospitalized for a week with rhabdomyolysis, and it really affects your kidneys. So if you're still sore, come in, get treatment, go get an IV, like, take care of yourself.
This is the godsend. Like, this is going to be a huge game changer for all these kids, because a lot of them, especially in this area, they are going to have long careers.
I hope so,
most of these kids are going to college and
going
things
D1,
like that. But then when you get there, that is sometimes the first time some of these kids ever experience any type of real recovery.
Yes.
And it could be too late. At that point in time, your body has worn down. Mm-hmm. And then, like you said, kids are starting to have surgeries.
And injuries so young.
Yeah.
I think too, like the cold plunge that, and I know a lot of people put ice in a bath and they think that's good enough. And You're better off probably jumping in the Chattahoochee River, to be
Right.
honest, because the ice doesn't penetrate deeply. It's not even temperature. So
Right.
having an actual device that's a cold plunge that we could turn down the thermostat on
Right.
and know that it's chilled throughout to 38 degrees or 44 degrees.
Right.
We know what temperature they're getting and how long they are in there, and how long they should be in there.
Right.
So, yeah, I think everything was designed with purpose. I'm
Yeah.
a bit of a science nerd. And so I don't want to bore people with my love of science,
please do.
but everything I did a lot of research on and why, right? And so that last machine you were on, the hydro massager, that is like a power washing massage that is just heavenly. And I had a friend that was a massage therapist for 16 years, and we experienced one somewhere. She was like, oh my God, I would do this every day after massaging people if I had access to this.
Okay.
And I was just like, you know what? For people that, some people don't like to be touched for numerous reasons. So they're not going to go get a full body massage, but you can go in there, turn the lights off, put the mask on, and just get a really nice deep massage on your back. So, and legs. So anyway, and you could target it, which we didn't go through, but if you're having hamstring issues, we could just target your hamstrings. If you're having shoulder issues, we could just have it do that.
Okay.
So that one had less research. That was more like, oh my God, I've tried this. It feels amazing. And I'm going to get this for this place, because it's just, I feel like everyone deserves to have that kind of exit of the building.
Yeah, that's the perfect end. Like, I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to get up. And that 5 minutes goes by fast, you know, versus being in the crowd chamber for 3 minutes. I was like, where am I?
You were in the zone though. I was watching you. Yeah.
I had to. I was like, if I move, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it was like a weird sensation of it felt good, but it was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But stepping out of it, literally, my body was like,
endorphins.
Let's get it. Like, let's go. Like, let's run. Let's do something. At this point, I felt really lazy when I got out. I was like, okay, I don't do enough, because my body can do more, is what I felt.
Yeah.
So can you kind of walk us through, if you have an athlete that has the time to do like a full regimen, like what would that look like for them?
So it would depend on the day, right? So, and we do create personalized programs for people for different health reasons, right? There's people that have come in with cancer or metastatic cancer that can only do local cryo. So we have a local cryo machine too, so that we can spot treat areas. But for an athlete, it depends if they're, you know, how athletic. So if we're talking student athletes that are playing at like Buford or North, you know, if they could come in regularly, I would recommend that they swap out cryo, red light, same day, hydro massage, right? Normatec when they can, that's 15 to 30 minutes. They could do it up to an hour.
Okay.
So that's more of a time constraint, but you pair cryo with red light. That's the best pairing. And then hydro massage, and then you're out.
Okay.
So that's about 25, 40 minutes total if they do the 15-minute massage.
Okay.
I would then do like an every other day program where they would come in 2 days later for cold plunge and sauna, right? So the cryotherapy really gives you benefits for up to 2 days.
Gotcha.
So then you would come in, do the hot sauna, the infrared sauna, stay in there for 10 minutes at least at like 120 to 150, and then rinse, jump into the cold plunge for at least 3 minutes. Stay in there, get out, back into the sauna. And then you could just jump right back into the cold plunge, or do another rinse if you'd like. But we change the water all the time. It's just a pool. Like we also have chemicals, but I like to just change the water out frequently because it takes 2 seconds. So we would stack that kind of program where it's like an every other day. I mean, cryo, if you only have time for that, do that. That's fantastic. But if you're really gonna just create a program in a cycle, I would recommend switching back and forth between the two for the different benefits.
Amazing.
Cold plunge is more mental resilience and definitely inflammation, but the cryo has a lot of benefits. It improves sleep, it just, the endorphins. It's actually great for depression. So for people that experience any level of anxiety or depression, you get in there, you come out, you release endorphins and norepinephrine. So it's a great mental health boost too.
I'll definitely be doing that a lot. That felt amazing. It really did feel amazing. Like, it really did.
So
all of this stuff I'll say it made sense. And I think that's the high school athletes, but everybody in general, they need that when it comes to our bodies. We need someone who, like you said, you did the research.
Yes.
You know, you did everything with purpose. And like we were talking earlier, you do have a lot of places that will open up quick shops like this, and they'll try to just make that money.
Yeah.
Because they know that the kids especially are going to see it, and they're going to want to do it because they feel like it's going to enhance their athletic ability,
right,
and it's going to get them further and things like that. So they're going to make money off of it.
Yeah.
But to set something up where you literally went through every single detail, like as you're walking me through here, like the stuff you're showing me, I'm like, I would have probably never thought to put this in here, put that in there, put this here. Like, you thought of every single detail.
And the cryo chamber was the biggest investment because, you know, a lot of places will use nitrogen or only up to the neck. You're not getting all the benefits. Nitrogen is not great to breathe. A lot of places are going away from nitrogen now for a load of different reasons. But to have like the top of the line electric that gets you down to the degree, I mean, negative 175, you went in at negative 158. But it also pumps in fresh air constantly. And with so many bells and whistles that like would alert us if something were to happen. Like if they, you know, they come out and they forget they're all, you know, clear, that you have to clear the chamber. So make sure there's safety first. And we have, you know, Ivy, our guest services manager at the front desk, that makes sure that they're out and that she's like, that she has clear chamber, or the people that are regulars know to do that. But if they don't, the alarm goes off in the building. And, you know, anyway,
every detail,
and then it also would pump hot air. So say something happened, Ivy passes out, someone like worst case scenario, apocalyptic scenario, the chamber will pump hot air for safety. So like it's going to pump in fresh hot air coming in. So I feel really safe with this cryo chamber and the backup being monitored from California. And this is the same one that NFL is using. This is the same one that a lot of SEC teams are putting in. So you're right. Like these kids that don't come here or aren't going somewhere like this aren't going to see their recovery until they get to their colleges.
And that's if they go to those bigger schools, you know, because a lot of schools, the mid majors and smaller D2s and things like that, they don't have the budget for things like this. And so again, you're working hard, you're playing hard, but then you're not recovering.
Right.
And so that's really minimizing their longevity.
And also I don't want to say they're exceptionalism, but you know, some of these athletes really truly are exceptional. And if you're pushing yourself without doing the recovery, imagine if you did the recovery, right? If you could work that in 3 times a week. I just think some of these athletes that I've met in the last few months, we've only been open just over 3 months.
It's amazing.
And we're trying to make it super affordable for student athletes. So if you're a student athlete, if you're a student, honestly, and you just, you know, especially for mental health purposes with Cryo Chamber, we're 30% off of our a la carte, our packages, our memberships for students. But we also have yoga and in the yard with Amy Edwards. So she's a mindfulness and fitness coach. And we got 17 basketball players in here last week with their yoga mats because it was going to rain. So we have an outdoor area out back, about a half acre. And so we do outdoor yoga, but they all fit in here and did mindfulness and meditate. Like they just like were picturing like things and like working on like practicing, like, you know, if things get stuck in their head and how to release those thoughts and like how to focus on teamwork, and is beautiful. Amy's phenomenal. So, it's been so nice to see these teams come in and leave like, we got to come here more. And it's a great feeling to know we created something beautiful.
It's a team bonding.
We could do team events here. Just need a coach to reach out. We put packages together. Depends on how many kids are on the team, right? So it's, I find it easier when we trickle in like 7 at a time, but we can do things too where we had 18 and we just picked which rooms they were going into. Half went cold plunge, half went cryo chamber, and then they had to rotate. And then Brightside Cafe was here as well, selling like refreshers and smoothies out front. It was, and then Amy came in and did the meditation with them. It was great. So we're just trying to create community here and a place for, you know, athletes to come and rejuvenate, revitalize.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's really beautiful. Like, and I love the detail to it. I love the story behind it.
Thank you.
You know, everything I think that's created with purpose is gonna, one, last longer, and then 2, it's going to make a bigger impact.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why this is going to be so impactful is because of how much it means to you and why you created it.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that from you alone. But being that I've worked with so many athletes that have, I remember we used to have like massage guns. And
we have massage guns here.
Yeah. And so we didn't have enough resources to where they could recover to the point where it's not just getting to the next point. A lot of times they do enough just to get out there and play again.
Yeah.
But I truly believe like this is a game changer.
Thank you.
And the way that you have it set up, a lot of people only have maybe one of these, not the whole setup. Like this is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Like you did a big one with this one. You did.
I hope so. And I hope the community sees it. I know it's a tight community. Yeah. I've lived here for over 5 years, but my job has taken me, my day job has taken me like outside. So I'm usually on a plane. And so I just really wanted to put roots down here and be part of the community. My husband is very into sports, and so we have the season passes, and so we're at a lot of the games in the community and all the things that happen at Buford because that's where our kids go. But yeah, we're really just hoping that more people find us because it's hard to be found now, and we're not a chain. Like we did this ourselves, and so it's just getting the word out that we're here. We're here to support, and look forward to helping more teams.
Oh yeah, it's about to blow up. It's about to blow up because this is amazing. They need it, and I think once they experience it once, they'll understand exactly why they need it.
Yes.
'Cause I think a lot of people do have that mindset that I just got to push through.
Yeah.
It's just part of it. I'm sore because I worked hard. I'm sore because I did it right. And so, like you said, 2 or 3 days later, they're still kind of sore, and it's like we got to work through that.
Yeah.
And that's the mind. That's how they get up. They just go for it.
Right.
And I think if they experience this once, it's gonna be a game changer.
And then I also want to put it out there, like if there's kids that really, if you can't afford it, and we do really deeply discounted for kids, but if there was someone that can't afford it, like reach out to me. I'm the owner, and my husband, of course, is the owner too. But we don't want to limit this to the kids with the families that can pay.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of kids that are absolutely fantastic that just couldn't even pay the discounted price. So I'm happy to work with kids that are going to come in and then just like send a post from here, give us a shout out. Like we don't want to exclude anybody.
Absolutely.
So
I'm gonna do my part to make sure they know about it.
Thank you.
And actually I'm kind of thinking in my head right now of ways I could probably try to put something together with the group and try to bring them in here so that they can experience it. I'm gonna think
we're open to parties, really team events, after hours events, guys coming in, it'd be perfect.
Yeah. So. You need to experience this. You need to experience this. If you're an athlete, even if you're not an athlete, if you're just, older like me, just sore and just get aches by standing up wrong, you need to experience it. I truly do feel the effects of it just after one session.
Thank you.
And then how you paired, the normal tech with you said it's called a gravity?
Zero gravity chairs, yeah.
That was even different.
Yeah.
But I could feel the effect of it. And when you explained it to me, it made it make sense to why, it's amazing. I got to ramble a little bit because it's just that amazing. But I love the details. I love everything you've done with it. From the walk-in to the experience, you've thought of everything.
Yeah, I hope so. And we're open to more suggestions. Yeah. So as we have more people sign up for memberships or we have more people coming through the doors, we're open to expanding, adding new ideas. Yeah. So let us know. What do we need? What hours do we need? Because we've been playing around with what hours we need to be open because we're missing the whole gym crowd in the morning.
Gotcha.
Because we don't open till 10.
Okay.
So we're thinking about doing a split schedule. Like we open from 6 to 9, close, and then open again at 1 in the afternoon.
Gotcha.
And then 1 to 8 so that people can come home from work and make it in.
That might be really good.
Yeah. So we're open to all suggestions. We just need them. We just need you to come experience us and let us know what you think.
Absolutely. Well, anything else you want to tell everybody? Anything you want them to know?
No, this was just a lifelong dream for me. And I think you'll feel it when you come in. We're open to suggestions. Check out our Google reviews. Everyone that's come through so far has had a similar experience to you, which just makes my heart so full. And my husband is usually available. One of us can be here. We don't live far. And Ivy is here almost every day. And then we have a student that comes in from Buford that comes in and helps out a couple days a week too. So we're small but mighty, and we look forward to serving the community.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sitting down with me. Thank you for the tour. Thank you for the experience. You know, like I said, I will definitely do my part. You know, I just started, you know, this podcast here in Buford, and it's getting a lot of attention. I think everybody's starting to see the value of this as well, because like you said, it's a very close-knit community, but I think what people are missing is just the stories.
Yes.
And that's what always motivates me, is just hearing the whys. You know, that's why I wanted to do this with you, because I knew it had to be something behind the story of this, because it's just so much passion in it. You can see it.
Thank you.
So thank you again for sitting down with me.
Of course. Anytime.
And I look forward to coming back for another session very soon.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daryl. All right.